Welcome back to my channel, everyone. So this is a highly requested video, so thought I better get one up. Now I have a set of full nail tips with PolyGel on, and I want to show you how to remove them so they look like this without any damage to your nails. So I'm going to get started right away and I'll show you exactly what I do. Now this set of nails I had on for 3.5, maybe even 4 weeks. Pretty close to that anyways, and there's no lifting or minimal lifting if there's any, and I did damage them a little bit with my e-file, and I had a few scratches as you could see on them. So the first thing I'm going to grab are my tip cutters. This is the easiest way to get the length down. Now when I do full nail tips that are applied with PolyGel, I always fully remove them before applying another set. I just choose to do it this way. You could do one fill on them and you would be fine, but usually I'll just remove them because I'm changing the shape or the length or whatnot. But you have to see my next video because I have a new system for applying full nail tips, a new system that a company had sent me, and it's quite amazing. So it's going to be my next video, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. It's definitely going to be worth watching. So now I have the hand done and I'm just going to work on this one now. As you can see, I still have all my nails, so I'm going to trim them down. I'll speed it up for you. I now have all of my nails trimmed down, and that was just the quickest way of doing it. It took all of a couple minutes maybe. So I'm just going to clean up my mess and I'll be showing you the next step. Now I will put the link to all of the bits that I use or any other products in this video. I do get a lot of people requesting where I purchased them from. So this one is a medium carbide bit, and now I don't have it on a really high setting, but just enough so that I can remove the color that is on top, and then I can start removing the tip, the full nail tip, and the polygel that's below. But we have to be more cautious, of course, as I get down lower because of the natural nail and not causing any damage. So this is the last little bit of color to come off. Now when you're getting down to the actual full nail tip that you're going to remove, you can tell when you're removing it because you get that flaky tip, if that makes sense to you. So you know that you're not down past the full nail tip yet to the natural nail when you see it flaking off. And you can see right there I flaked a little more off, and you can still see that I have some lifting a slight bit on the edge, so I can remove that as long as I don't put this bit on my natural nail. And a second ago you also saw me pointing to the C curve. Now there was quite a C curve still, so I know it's safe to keep filing that tip off until that's down a little bit flatter. I do have a flatter C curve, a natural one, so I know I'm safe. So I'm just going along the very edges, and again, this isn't at a very high speed. You can still see there's some product on there. It's probably some polygel still and maybe a little bit of a tip, so you can shorten it a little bit as well. So I'm just going to finish up with the medium carbide bit, and then I'll show you the next bit that I'll be using here right away. So the next bit I'm using a mandrel with a fine sanding band. Now everyone that is a nail tech that uses an e-file knows that this is what you use on the natural nail because this is going to cause no damage on a low setting. So I'm going over the whole nail just to make sure I got rid of all of the full nail tip and most of the polygel. Now you don't have to worry about removing absolutely all of it, but you want it mostly gone because when you're reapplying a new full nail tip, you don't want to have a bulge there. It's going to make it harder for that full nail tip to fit properly. So now I'm going to grab some isopropyl alcohol and a wipe just to wipe off all of the dust that I have so that I can see if I have any product left. So that nail will be dry in a second, and then I can see if I have any fogginess left on my nail. That is a good way of knowing if you've removed most of the product. And as you can see there is a little bit of fogginess. So I could remove it, but it's not very much. So I will leave it be at this point, and I'm taking a buffing block and I'm going to try and smooth out just that little bit so there's not much left. So the next step, I want to grab some nail clippers and I want to trim down the free edge. Now, if you're applying a square set, you wouldn't have to trim the corners, but I'm just going to show you, and I'm going to trim the corners. I'm not sure what shape I'm putting on yet, so I'm just going to have them ready for whatever shape. Like if it's a stiletto or a short almond shape or whatnot, you need those corners gone. So I'm just going to do that, and then I will smooth it out a little bit more with my hand file. The next step, I'm going to grab my cuticle bit, and it's going to be on a lower setting, and I'm going to go around my cuticles and remove anything that's on the nail. And I will also be pushing back the cuticle with this bit. And it's really important when you're applying a full nail tip to get that cuticle back. It just makes for a nicer fit of the full nail tip when you're going to apply it. So now the pinky is finished and it's ready for a tip, but of course I want to remove the rest. So I sped up my camera a little bit. There's a couple things along the way that I will explain to you that I didn't on the pinky. So when I get to it, I'll slow it down, but you can see it's going to kind of be the same process, and you can watch how much I file and what bits I use. So I'll just let you watch me do that. And when I get to having to explain something, I'll be back soon. So if any of you are newer at doing nails, when you're trimming the free edge, you want to be really careful you don't cut down too low. It's called the hyponychium, and that's the seal of your nail so that no bacteria gets under there and causes infection. So you want to be really careful with that. Another really important thing when filing away product on the nail is you don't want to leave any bit on the nail in one spot for too long, because that is where you'll get that burning and it will cause a lot of discomfort for yourself or your clients. So you will see me always moving that bit around a lot. I don't spend much time in one area for too long for that reason. Now this will be the last nail I'll be showing you. Now if you've seen the video where I did this set of nails, that video is in the top right hand corner if you want to see how I did them. I applied some loose glitter from Glitter Mix Canada under the full nail tip, and so it's obviously a little bit thicker, and I have to get down and remove all of that encapsulated glitter as well as the full nail tip and the PolyGel. So a little bit longer process to get down, but you can tell obviously when you've got the glitter removed and you're getting down lower. So there's one more step and one more bit that I'll be using, and it's my round cuticle bit, and I will show you what I will do with that. I'm going to bring it up closer. Now you remember I removed the cuticle with the other bit. Well, you could see there was a little bit of extra cuticle along the edge of my nail, so this smooths that out. It's at a very low setting, and as you can see, it's nicely taking that away. Now you definitely want to make sure this is at a very low setting for the fact that it will cut you if you've got it too high, but it nicely takes away that extra cuticle that I didn't remove before. So here are the nails complete, ready for my next set. So watch the next video. It will be full nail tips with a new system to apply them. You're gonna love it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.